3, 4, get my shoes and out the door. 5, I'm alive. 6, 7, 8, feeling great. 9, gonna shine, life is good. I'm doing fine. 10, gonna do it right and do it again. Yeah.
Hello and welcome to the EFM Health Club Podcast. My name is Justin Waring, and with me, the most flexible man in EFM, Mike Jewson. How are you, Mike?
Good. How are you, Justin?
I am excellent, in a great mood so far. And with us, the two-time EFM Franchisee of the Year, Wade Brady. How are you, Wade?
Yeah, good, thanks. Just at home today. Going all right, though. Thank you. Yourself?
I'm excellent. School holidays currently, so we're all covering off on a couple of different things. At least there's no traffic on the road during school holidays. That's an absolute bonus. And that leads me beautifully into what we're talking about today, things we don't like. Traffic absolutely does my head in. So it's got me into a right mood to discuss the things that we don't really like as part of what happens in a gym, the little peripheral things that also bring down, I guess, the atmosphere and the culture within both fitness and gym areas. The one thing I'm not enjoying right now is my face and my screen is a little bit pixelated. I'm sorry if you're watching this on YouTube. That's the one thing I don't like right now. But in terms of fitness, health, gym, your kind of current base, Michael, get us started. What's something that you would love to have improved tomorrow?
Tomorrow, all right. Can I have it now? Can I have it today?
Have it today.
All right. Now let's get stuck into it. So I've got a few here. I can be a bit of a whinger when I need to, or I can complain. But let's just get straight into it. I want to stay on the first side of it. People that don't put their weights away, things like that. People that don't clean their machines after they've used them. If you've left a bit of a snail trail on a machine, give it a wipe down, mate. You're leaving sweaty stuff all over the cross trainer, give it a wipe down. That's just a given, but you still see it out there a lot. And it's just, you shouldn't even have to say that anymore.
Why do you think this is? Right. So that's on top of my list too. Like people just leaving their weights on the bar, dumbbells on the floor.
Yep.
What is it, do you think, that creates that idea that, it's fine to do that?
That's okay. Yeah. I don't know. I don't get it. People go Wade, go.
No, I was going to say the biggest one for me with the weights and stuff is, I don't know if you guys have a Smith machine and you've got all your plates that sit on we've got 3 heights and I've clearly marked which 2 go here, which 2, your 5s and 10s go here, and the 15s and 20s at the bottom. And just in recent times, they're just always all over the place. Or I've got 4 10s and 3 of them end up on one side and there's one on the other. And I'm always asking myself the same question. Like I try not to get too mad because I think there's got to be a reason this happens. Like I think people, it's not a matter of I don't care. Like I really don't think it's that. Like we have great people and great cultures. So I'm always asking myself the same question. I think I try and learn from my own doings. Like sometimes I've left the club and gone, oh geez, I didn't take my weights off the Smith machine, and I'll quickly send Brunker a message and say, sorry, I didn't put my weights away. But to give people the benefit of the doubt, Justin, if you work really hard and you're knackered, sometimes you're just not really with it. You know what I mean? Like you feel like you've just escaped death or something, and you're just thinking of the next thing, and you're not clear thinking. So to give people the benefit of the doubt, I'm going to say that, just not clear thinking because you're just wrecked.
Do you really think people are that tired that they can't go and take a plate and put it within a meter of where they're currently standing?
No.
My only theory on this is that there's no reward for that effort. There's going to be a reward when I put plates on the rack on the bar. Because I've got the reward that I'm going to do the exercise I want to do. I've got this machine. I've got this bit of equipment. There's no reward for taking it back off.
Kind of like when, you're going on holiday. You're so pumped on the way there because you're going on holiday. When you're coming back from holiday, it's a very different story. You forget about it. It's all done. I agree. I think too also how hard are some of the people we work with working that you're that wrecked you can't remember to put a dumbbell back. I mean, we're working them hard, obviously, but it's also the fact that you picked it up, you got it from that place, you used it. Surely there's a connection to say, put it back. I still, it baffles me that still doesn't happen.
Maybe with the barbell stuff, they think, I'm going to back in that the next person that comes along is exactly the same strength as me. And they're going to go, oh, it's already set up.
Wayne, you're in a very jovial mood today for a, kind of a very, like, this is the things we don't like program.
You've cheered me up. I've had this virus or something. I came on when we first logged in. We've had a bit of a chat since, but about other things. But when we first logged in, the first thing I said is, this is good timing for me because I'm just shitty. I'm ready just to complain about things. But you've lifted my spirits. So what can I say? And I thought I don't even need to write a list because I'm focused. When you're in that headspace, and then all the annoying things just grow and they're bigger.
Organic.
But yeah, the sweat on the bench. Sometimes I think I'm partly to blame for that because I don't educate people enough to bring a towel. Bring a big towel. That's the latest thing I've been saying because sometimes people bring a very small towel.
A face cloth.
Just cloth. It might just cover the head, but you've also got a back with sweat on you. Yeah, so bigger towels. Gym etiquette stuff. What else around? Oh, we've got some rings out the back, and they're quite annoying at getting the heights exactly right. And I set them at the right height, and I come out and someone's changed the heights. And, people think they're doing the right thing, but they're not right now. They're out, and I have to come back and put them back down. And yeah, so if you don't have rings up at your club, don't put them up, okay?
Get a TRX.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think for me, it doesn't happen a lot for me, but I think for me, people spending too long on specific machines.
Yep.
In the weight section, there seems to be a bit of a growing and, a long established, I think, problem of people going, well, I've got this machine, I'm going to stay here for as long as I need to.
Yeah.
That's one of my pet gripes that I absolutely don't tolerate at all. So if you're in the squat rack, you get 20 minutes. If you can't do enough, and then it's time to move on.
20 minutes is generous. That's generous in my opinion. Wow, nice.
Half. So your gym you're talking about the outside session times. You're talking about like a regular box gym type.
So I hear all kinds of stories of people who's deadlifting for 40 minutes, 50 minutes, and then going, all right, now I'm going to do bench press. And those squat racks in particular for premium kind of real estate for people, like with the current state of fitness where both men and women both want to do sets of squats and deadlifts and the compound movements and the big exercises,
which we like to see.
And you've only got a couple of them. You might, in a big gym, you might only have 2 squat racks, and we've got a rack and a Smith machine. They're premium.
Yeah.
You can't just take them. If you get there, you can't just stay there for as long as you want.
I think the frustration, again, like on a road, is the lack of awareness. Like, I think I want to teach my kids to be aware, like, what's around you all the time, because you can, and then courtesy comes into it, I suppose. If you're really aware of what's going on around you, you're like, oh, the gym's pretty busy today, I better hurry up and use this so someone else can have a go. But I think too many people say, I like to give people the benefit of the doubt and think people just aren't thinking, they're not being aware, they're just stuck in their own head rather than being rude. Like, I think most of the time people aren't really I don't think they're thinking, I don't care about anyone else. There are, of course, some people in the world like this, but I think in most of the time it's just that maybe lack of awareness, and maybe that's on us because we need to educate people a bit more. And they probably, like it happened the other day, I had a lady come in and she just felt like doing cardio and she ran on the treadmill the whole session. I didn't really think anything of it because it wasn't really in the program, but I got a couple of people walking backwards on the treadmill for knee rehab stuff. And an old lady came up at the end of the session. She said, "Oh, I didn't get on the treadmill today because there's someone on it the whole time." And I went up and spoke to her later, and she felt terrible, like, and I said, "So if you," and we just came up with a plan. Like, if you want to come in and do just cardio, we've got a plan now, and everyone will be happy. So communication, like a good relationship at home, communication's key.
Always the key.
Yeah.
Justin, what else annoys you? Pick one off your list there.
Yeah, so look, universally, so if we get away from our own like little environment, some of the overly complicated exercises, movement patterns, kind of starting to annoy me. Putting two exercises together that don't really fit.
Yeah,
I find that to be one of my more frustrating things, and I've had coaches that want to do it. You want to do a bench press with a pike somehow and a something else, and like the sanctity of the exercise and the movement gets lost in trying to almost be entertaining. That's one of my bigger pet hates, I'd suggest, in the whole fitness industry.
Yeah,
and it almost goes along with.
For me, I straight up think, have you tried this? Like, this is so. This does not flow.
Yeah,
I agree.
One of my coaches used to do it all the time, wanting to do a bench press on the floor, so like a floor press, bench press movement, but also in a glute bridge position. I'm not sure of the value of that. Like, I guess you getting some kind of like back chain, posterior chain, engagement too, but why don't we just do them separately? We got time.
Look, I think there is a place for that, because
what is that place?
Where is that place?
Well, if you see, if you start running your sessions on the hour and you had a big space like me, and you're like, today I'm going to run it like a class, and everyone's going to grab a pair of dumbbells that suit 10 to 12 bicep curls, and you design your program of people just having one pair of dumbbells, and you think they're just going to be for 45 minutes just doing bodyweight exercises and those dumbbells. You might be on the ground doing some core exercise, and then you can just quickly lift your butt off the floor and go into that press, and then you can it can be used, but I'd only ever use it in that situation. You know what I mean?
But that's slightly different, because we'll do that as well. But that will be, maybe you've done your chest press, and then you go grab a different dumbbell that's already there, or the same one, like you said, put it on the hips, and you're going into a glute bridge or something. But rather than, like, you're still separating the two, you do one after the other, and that makes sense to me. You might get people doing a chest press into a chest fly, but I'm not sure. Sometimes maybe they work together, but doing them at the same time, like doing a glute bridge while you're doing a chest press, is that necessary? Is that really?
But you're creating a decline, because
that's one thing I was going to say.
If you've ever done decline, it's so awkward, and the average person can't even get up off the bench if it's on a decline. So, and you can actually drop your elbows a bit lower than your back now and stretch your chest out a bit more. Off the floor. So I'm up to debate that one.
I will agree with that combo, that particular combo. I don't mind it. But there's other ones you see out there that I think, like, one of my worst ones that I hate in this situation is a bent row into a tricep kickback. I cannot stand that combo together. You'll see with dumbbells, people will do a bent row into a kickback. Now you're going to row a lot more than you are heavier weight than you are going to do with a tricep kickback. And the two combos, if it's done wrong, it irks me. I don't like that one.
For the coaches that have to put that together, what they could do is maybe you can't go too long, because it's too hard on the lower back if you're in that position for 90 seconds, but you could do 8 row, 2 kickback, 8 row, 2 something.
That could work, yep.
Like, if it's a good weight for the 2 movements, but it doesn't work going 1-1, you can do 4-4, 4-4, 4-4. It's a different art form.
Good point. Good point.
Writing.
Who are we entertaining here? Are we entertaining the person doing it, or are we entertaining ourselves?
Exactly. That's where I don't like it. If it's effective and functional and it works, maybe yes. But if it's just for fun and just to chuck a different variety up, leave it out.
I've got members that have done 3,000 sessions, like heaps that have done 1,000, 2,000, and sometimes like there's only so much variety you can give people. So like every now and again, just to throw in some stuff like that, if it's challenging, people
Yeah.
will go, oh, that was good for a change. But you can really stuff it up though. You can really
Absolutely.
really stuff up the patterns. Like I get what you're saying, Justin, but like they're paying us to get a different program every day, and I just feel like after a while, there's only so much scope that you can work within. So that's
And how many people
risky.
have ever? And I highly doubt that too many people are either at EFM or any other working with any other trainer. Not too many people have ever said, "I've done this exercise too many times over the years. You need to spice this up for me." It doesn't happen. It happens in our own heads.
Well, I think it happens the other way around. Like I just said, like sometimes people go, "Oh, we haven't done this before. That was good." So,
but yeah, I think we're trying to.
You've got to try it yourself first to make sure it actually works.
Yeah.
Like we can have an educated guess, and the longer you've been in the industry, the better the guess is going to be. But when you're new, if you're just like going, "Oh yeah, that'll work," you don't just assume it'll work. You got to try it. You got to try it.
And I think I pick out that kind of floor press, bench press, glute bridge combo because it is like a decline bench press, and I don't think there's any more overrated, idiotic exercise than that one that's in the mainstream kind of movement. Like I don't see the point of trying to do something standing on your head. I don't get it.
I love it.
And I've said that before previously, and no one's really criticised me. So I think I'm more in the right than ever.
I think over Zoom, when I basically all my members came around my house, I had all my equipment in the driveway, and everyone came and grabbed a pair of dumbbells or a kettlebell. All the free weights are in all my members' houses all over before the gym properly got shut down. And when you're limited at home, like that glute bridge chest fly or glute bridge press or glute bridge tricep extension was absolutely fine and it worked really well. But if you're in a fully fledged, equipped with everything gym, and you're riding someone a strength program, I agree. I wouldn't even think of putting that in. Yeah, there's a place.
To quote one of my favorite movies, if I get this right, don't get preoccupied with whether or not you could and focus on whether or not you should.
What movie?
A version of that movie.
Yeah.
What
movie?
Jurassic Park.
Could's black and white, should's objective.
Think about it. Go and watch it. Don't don't get preoccupied whether or not you should. Make sure you worry about if you could, or something like reverse that.
So and look, I think this leads me into my next kind of issue with the whole fitness industry is that we keep finding these little trends. You know, there was the Instagram, and I think these multi-movement like combos came about because everyone has to post something new on Instagram and TikTok. Yeah. Like, you haven't done this exercise before, try this. This is a great 4-movement exercise, like it's a boxing combo. Everyone's chasing the next trend and fad, which takes us away from really kind of spending your time doing something that is actually going to be beneficial for you.
Yeah.
You don't strike me as someone that's anywhere near ADHD. There are lots of people out there with ADHD, Justin, and they've got to be catered for too. So if having a fit ball with drumming sticks, have you seen that? That's a particular fitness class now. Like it's like a piece of PVC pipe, a wide one with a fit ball sitting in it, and people have drumsticks, and it's like a dance class, but you're tapping a fit ball. It's whoever thought.
I'm interested. I'm interested to see this. Okay.
Would you be interested in doing it? What a waste of time.
Maybe as a warm up. Maybe as a warm up for the class, but
okay. So say we've all had people come and try the clubs and they don't stick, and you think, well, hopefully they can find something because any movement's good movement, and they go and try all the 25 different things out there, and all of a sudden, and none of them worked, and then this 29th one popped up, and it's hitting a football with some drumsticks, and they just love it, and they tell their friends. Now they're actually exercising 3 times a week, Justin. Is that a good thing?
I'd suggest well, we're quoting people today, to quote Larry David, I'd suggest that drumming football thing is as big a waste of time as watching the Kardashians.
But you're going to find a large number of people that would disagree with you. You can justify anything.
Yeah, I'm going to say, look, I think it's a good thing, yes. I agree with you both. I think it's a good thing, but yes, Justin, that's hilarious.
But what's the point of the exercise? Are we burning calories? Are we building muscle? Like one of the two, right? How many calories can you possibly burn with a couple of drumsticks?
I would think if you have a proper crack and hit those footballs hard, and you're jumping around, and I reckon you could easily sit in the above 80% if you had a proper
You could make
crack.
it work.
At least 70s.
Yeah. If you had it everyone in a circle, everyone hits this drum, we do a full run around and then hit the next one, you could absolutely do that. But I would suspect this type of thing's probably more for maybe an elderly age range, or
the videos I've seen, the people doing it aren't elderly.
Oh, okay, right. Yep.
Fully functional kind of.
That's probably more just for
unrestricted people.
That's more probably for fun and
share with you, Justin. It's what is it? Don't knock it till you try it. I think.
Oh, I'm happy to knock things. That's not an issue for me.
Can we? Okay, the next thing I'll bring up is things that annoy me. Is okay, more the psychology of, so you've done your workout and I say, good work, Justin, it's Tuesday. I say, so will I see you tomorrow or Thursday? And then the T word comes along. I'll try to get here Thursday. Like Yoda, what did Yoda say?
There is no try, only do.
Do or do not. There is no try.
Yeah, that's it. Sorry.
And people have got smarter, and I've noticed, and because they know I hate that word, so they say the goal is, or I'm intending to get here, and that's where I thought, I need to counter that with something. I say, do you say that to your hairdresser?
Nice. Writing that one down.
And that's why I came up with the booking in system, because I think if people book in, they're going to be way more likely to go. And look, it's not a necessary thing. I've just started it where my new guys, I want them to book in for the first 25, and then whether they keep doing it, it's up to them. But it's got to help with the commitment. And people are busy. I get it. Everyone's busy. It's perception, isn't it? Some people when they're busy, they have so much going on, and other people's busy is they're out of high school, and uni's way more hectic than high school ever was. You know what I mean? So. But if you run a diary and you've got a booking system and you can quickly just add it to your calendar and it's in there, then the next time you make an appointment, I want to catch up with a friend, and you look at your diary, at least if it's there, you might think, I'll choose another time. Yeah. So, people being their own worst enemy and not realising it is one of my biggest things. I don't know if Justin gets annoyed with that one. I reckon we get annoyed with different things. Justin, me and you.
Yeah, I think so. Establishing that kind of routine for someone, I'm not sure that's one of my biggest gripes. I mean, I tend to leave that up to everybody's own motivation. I've tried previously to be people's motivation, and it's aggravating. So I don't do it anymore.
It's not natural. You can't sustain that. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not a real thing.
And I also know from my own personal experience, doing a full day at work and then going to try and do some exercise, even though, so yesterday was a classic example. I told I told my son I'd go for a run with him. We were going to do something quite hard, some intervals and some other things. And I got home and it's 4:00 and we've got a good couple of hours of daylight. And he was ready to go. And I've been up since, 3:45 in the morning. And it's the last thing I want to do. But if I hadn't made that commitment with him, I wouldn't have gone.
Yeah.
So I get people, and so the booking system, I think, is probably negates that, but it's very easy to unbook.
Well,
So,
it is. And
yeah,
if people once they do it a couple of times, then it's not a powerful tool anymore.
Yeah. So I think making the commitment to someone else is a little bit stronger. So I ask people when they're back, particularly if they're new, when are you back? And leave it up to them. And if they say I'm going to try, I do think they honestly say they're going to try, but to pick a day and a time. Two, it's part of these kind of like trying to do all the little bits and pieces, kind of blends into an all or nothing mentality. I'm going to do it all, and I'm going to start it all in one go.
Yep.
And then when it doesn't, yield results within the week, nothing works.
Yep.
So I'm going to do nothing. That's
one I've actually got on my list here. Yeah. People that come in and say, all right, I'm going to change everything. I'm going to change every single thing. And we all know that that's not going to happen. Start small, move along, add one thing, one change, whatever you need to do. But you're not going to change everything, and it's not going to happen in a week. So you need to be realistic about that. You need to be realistic about what you're doing.
And I don't.
Maybe they start with the small ones though, because they sound easier. Like if we say start with the big ones, go to bed earlier, get enough sleep. Oh, that's bloody hard. I've got a lot of Netflix shows I've got on my list. Go to the gym often. Geez, that sounds like hard work. Eat clean food, less packets. Oh, that's stop eating seed oils. Oh, I could do that.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
Good point.
Yeah. And you know what? I don't think it's for me, these things don't annoy me. I think I just feel a bit disappointed for people that's the way almost that's the advice they've been given. Like, you listen to a 3-hour medical podcast on seed oils and you go, oh my God, these things are going to kill me. That's how I'm going to start, changing my health around. Well,
yeah.
I mean, you can get rid of the seed oils too, but you could also, have
stop eating Hungry Jacks.
Yeah. Get rid of ice cream, chocolate, chips. Pretty easy.
Probably my two biggest annoyances, funny to think of it now, is not directly in our clubs. It's outside of our clubs. And I've brought this up in nearly every podcast, but the government educating the population. Like, I know the argument, the information's out there. People can educate themselves. But if I was in control of the country and doing good by my people, that'd be my starting point. I'd get kids moving at school. It'd be movement, and then work out the rest from there. And then the other big one is health professionals getting in our way, surgeons and doctors, and they're not exercise. They don't know exercise. They don't know the power of habit. They don't know someone has finally picked up the phone and made the call, and they've gone to the gym and they've done 3 weeks in a row. Like, this is big. This is big. I had a lady do a 50th session the other day. She was stoked because she's never made it past one before. Any other gym, she's never made it past one. And then niggles come and go all the time for every single human. And then, like, it was a wrist one the other day, or something on the hand. Like, there's still so much you can do in a gym with any sort of hand or wrist injury. And the doctor said 3 weeks off the gym. And I get so mad. I get so mad because the person might not understand that they can come in. They should be able to work out. The coach is there, and there's something I can still do. But the power of that white coat, and so, like, they don't understand the power. And I've spoken to a client that comes in, and he has the same frustrations with doctors. Like, they don't realize they don't realize what the damage they can be doing by saying have 3 weeks off. Like, that is easily enough time to kill a new habit. Like, that is like we don't work together. I don't know how it should be set up, but again, if everyone exercised, I don't think there'd be doctors out there and surgeons and stuff that are really into their exercise that would be telling people to stop because they get it. You know what I mean? I always think of the analogy, which is a shocking one, but a big heavy ball, like a big heavy steel ball, one of the Mole's balls, you're pushing it across an oval. And if you've got a bit of momentum, you can keep this big heavy ball. But if it sits in the grass, the longer it sits there, the more it's going to sink into the grass. You won't get it moving again.
Yeah.
Like,
I agree. I think it's a good point. Like you were saying, it's a physical thing. It might be this lady's wrist, and that's physical. But you've also just crushed her mental motivation. That mental barrier she's just pushed through to get to 50 visits, whatever it is. If you're putting that halt on it, you're not just stopping the body, you're stopping the mind. And the mind's now going, it's a different frame of mind whilst you're having that rest. And you've got to start that all over again. And that's the biggest thing. The body will do it if you push it through the mind. But putting a halt on that momentum is terrible.
And I'm sure your goal will be the same without having probably ever put it into words. But if someone comes in injured, if I can get them walking back out the door, feeling good, like they've done a workout, that's the main thing.
Yep.
And it's got to be empowering as well. Like,
absolutely.
Oh, wow, I didn't think I could do anything, but wow, I just went and did a really good workout, and this is fine. I rested this at the same time.
Exactly. They come in thinking, I'm done. I'm limited. I can't do. You might be limited, but there's a way we can make sure you are moving. We can get you a workout. They walk out knowing I can still do this. I can keep my journey going. There's a road bump, yes, but my coach has just let me know we can get through it. And you know, there's something we can do. You're absolutely right. They walk out of the club saying, okay, it's great. It's okay. Everything's okay. I can get through this.
But as you said too, Michael, there would be some people that would go, I've got a legit excuse or reason now to have a month off.
Yeah. They love it. They love it.
But again, they don't know. They think they'll just come back after the 4 weeks. No ways. I'll just walk back into my 3 a week. They don't actually realize, like, I've seen 16 years, you notice a lot of patterns, and I've seen so many. Again, some people train in the lead up to a holiday, and that's their motivation, and they don't get back into it after their holiday. Yep. But I think it can be twofold. It's just that they're out of the habit as well.
Yeah.
Sickness, injury, and holidays has killed so many habits. And the big one, COVID, I still meet people that used to train regularly and they never started again after COVID, because that was the big momentum killer for many.
Absolutely.
Many people.
Yep.
Well, I think we should put COVID on the list of things that we don't like.
Yep.
Never again.
Good old Rona.
Yeah. I mean, that habit-based things. I mean, again, it's somewhat annoying for us because we're invested in people, but at the same time, it's probably more like, I guess, disappointing. We'd love to see people kind of not succumb to these like little habit-related issues, and then also not be stopped by people breaking people in good habits. Yeah.
Good way to put it. Agreed. I mean, I saw COVID in two ways. I saw some people go, okay, I can actually do this outside of a gym. You know, I saw some people get their shit together, excuse my French, and get a home gym set up. I had people leave the club, and to this day still, I know they're at home, they're working out. Now, that's rare. To be motivated to do that at home, very rare. Yeah, I personally am not. You know, I have no motivation to work out at home. But at the gym, no problem. We drag ourselves, we do it. You saw the other side of it, though, when people just went, you know, I don't want to do this anymore, or they took that much time away. The lifestyle changed, and now it's all over for them. And they'll quite openly honest and say it. COVID stopped my motivation, but it baffles me to think why you didn't pick it back up, or, you know, I mean, it happens. COVID wasn't the only killer. There's certain things in life that can do this, but yeah, it's a hard one to see somebody who's so motivated, so happy, and they live the lifestyle, and then after COVID, it's completely different for them.
It didn't work out too bad for the EFM members. Like, one thing about being stuck at home is you do have more time in your board, so it actually gave you something to do. So
true.
Some of our guys' attendance went up. over COVID, and some people didn't even give the Zoom workout thing a go, which I can understand. But that was the ultimate disruptor.
Yeah.
I thought there would have been more things I'd like to complain about, but I think I'm just too positive a person these days.
I think so. Yeah, I think, well, and in terms of you, if you've made it this far in the podcast and you're like, oh my God, these three blokes, there is a little bit of method in this kind of madness, in that these are the things that, early on we were complaining about people, doing the wrong thing in gyms, and they're legitimate complaints because it affects the effectiveness of people's workout time. If you're taking plates off people that have left things behind, or left plates on racks and things like that, that affect everyone else's effectiveness of their exercise.
Be honest, it creates you a bit more work because you've got to put the stuff away.
I don't.
I'm joking. It's a bit of that. Come on.
Yeah, it's annoying for us, but I think everything we've said today comes from an idea that what all of these gripes that we have, it affects people's both willingness to exercise, willingness to go to the gym, willingness to do the right thing, and in the case of the drumming fitness balls, being conned into doing something that's a complete waste of time. I'll have one more crack.
I love it. You really don't like these fitness ball drummers.
No, but there's other things
Yeah, I get
it. And if you search a little bit on Instagram, you'll see, there's 4 or 5 of these really crazy, in inverted commas, exercise trends that you can do, which are essentially, your heart rate might go up, but it is a waste of your time. You can be doing something far more effective. And I know the argument will be, yes, but I'm enjoying this. That's fine. I think you're better off if you enjoy movement and music, go dancing.
Yeah. You're not supposed to enjoy exercise. That's just a common rule, isn't it?
You can be all right with it. But, a lot of it, if you're doing the hard stuff, it's hard for a reason.
Exactly.
I enjoy gardening, but, digging holes and things, it's hard work. Weeding is hard work. It's got to get done.
But I think it just comes back to what your goals are, though. I used to think probably more like you in that regard, walking's not exercise. It's just how we get around. But, it's to have that take. But it's really your goals. It's when people start complaining, if they're tapping a fitball with drumsticks and they're wondering why their bone density, their osteoporosis isn't improving, then I think, and they're complaining about it, then I think that's annoying. But if they just want to increase their fitness and do something that's enjoyable, you got to say that any type of workout's better than no workout. And as I said before, if it's the only thing they've found they've liked, then I don't know. But that could lead into other things. At least it's a start. They might start tapping a fitball and then they're like, well, I feel a bit fitter now. Maybe I could go and try that other thing. And they might evolve into something that is more effective. But I don't know. You're a hard taskmaster sometimes, Justin.
What we'll have to do at some point, we'll wrap this up now, is record the pre-discussion to these podcasts, Wade, so people kind of don't get the sunny pointed disposition that gets displayed in the podcast. And as soon as the record button gets turned off, then we,
the real Wade.
Bad cop. Good cop, bad cop.
The real Wade, please stand up.
Rubbish. But just before, I just wanted to touch on the annoyance doesn't just come from our own personal thing. I'll go back to the person that's late all the time. I feel like it's not just respecting the coach, because my other coaches get a bit annoyed with it too. It's everyone else in the room that's made the effort to get there and be there on time. So, and that can start to mess with the culture. If you've got more and more people coming in late, other people see that and they go, well, why am I trying to get here? Why am I wasting my time, trying to arrange my day to get here on time? I might just turn up when I feel like it as well. So I think we're just trying to keep the culture intact. So I think that's where another annoyance, like what Justin said before, if things are getting left out of the bench, we don't want other people getting upset, like, because it's a sweaty bench. Like, it's not just for us. We're trying to keep everyone happy. So the more you're being considerate of everybody else, then the happier the ecosystem is gonna, the better it's all gonna work. So
No.
All right, that might do it, boys. So we are going to attempt a live version of this. God help us. Next time, as part of our hitting number one on the top 20 exercises we discussed in the last podcast. So we're going to get some other franchisees on, hopefully, to discuss EFM, their experiences, what they do, and also we'll go through the countdown as voted by people at EFM, the top 20 exercises of all time. Currently, I think we're up to number 14, 13 on our countdown. So go on to our Instagram, social media, Facebook pages, and you'll see that countdown. So the next one will be live, and for our first ever live stream, I think I'm looking forward to that.
yeah, we'll nail it.
We'll be fine.
Yeah, I think so. It's really the other franchisees and the other EFM people that might jump on that will drag us down.
They listen to this
saying nothing.
every week.
Yeah. So if you're listening to this, get on to the date is to be determined. It will probably be a Thursday in a couple of weeks' time. I think that might make it roughly the 16th of October. So all that information will be on our social media pages. You'll find Mike at EFM Underdale, Wade at EFM McGill, and myself at EFM Westmead. Thanks, boys. Let's go.
Thanks, team.
Thank you very much.
A cold shower and get on with life.
Thanks, everybody.
See you soon.
Good on you guys.
See you guys.
See ya.